Hello everyone, this is Stephen Balch, your instructor for Introduction to Macroeconomics at Ozarka College. Today what I'm going to do is give you a little bit of feedback on the chapters 9 and 10 activities that I finished grading early last week. And then I'm also going to give you a little bit of feedback on the midterm exam, which closed last week. And then I'm going to tell you what we've got coming up due for our next set of chapter activities later this week. Okay, so the first thing is, like I said, I did finish grading the chapters 9 and 10 activities last week. If you haven't already gone in and looked at your grades for those and read the grading comments, go ahead and do that as soon as possible. And let me know if you have any questions at all. Most of you did well on those chapters 9 and 10 activities, so keep up the good work on that. Most of you are really doing well, so just keep up the good work. The midterm exam closed late last week, and I did look at the grades for those. It looks like most of you did well on those. There were a few of you that had some issues, but most of you did well, so keep up the good work on that as well. I have opened up the midterm exam for review purposes. So if you haven't already gone in and reviewed your exam, I would highly recommend doing that. Just if nothing else, so you can kind of review those questions that you missed on the midterm exam and make sure you study those concepts for the final. All right. And also, I did post midterm grades late last week, so if you haven't already gone in and looked at your midterm grade, go ahead and do that as soon as you can. It shouldn't be a surprise to you. It should be what you expected, but if there is some question that you have, just let me know and I'll be glad to answer your questions. Okay? All right, so that brings us to chapters 11 and 12 activities, which are due later this week. So let's go to the activities page in my Ozarka. Right now we're on the beginning portion of week 9 of the semester, and you'll notice we've got chapters 11 and 12 assignment, test, and discussion all due by Saturday, March 22nd, which is this coming Saturday. So you've got a little under a week to be working on those activities and get those submitted. Since it's due on the Saturday right before spring break, I would not wait until Saturday to get started on these activities. Go ahead and be working on them this week, and that way you give yourself plenty of time. Also, you're not running the risk of having something else come up on Saturday and forget about the work that's due Saturday. So even though they're not due until Saturday, you don't have to wait till Saturday to get started. Go ahead and be working on them and give yourself plenty of time. Now, for chapters 11 and 12, let me kind of tell you what we're going to be looking at as far as the subject matter for chapters 11 and 12. Chapter 11, let's start with that one. We're going to be looking at fiscal policy, and which is basically fiscal policy, and we've already talked about this before, but just to refresh your memory on it, it is government intervention in the market through purchasing, taxation, and transfer payments. Okay? And to promote the macroeconomic goals, those 3 goals that we've talked about before, which are economic growth and price stability and full employment. Okay? So one way that the government can influence and influence the economy or impact the economy and try to satisfy those 3 macroeconomic goals, reach those goals, is to use its fiscal policy, which again is purchasing by the government, taxation, and transfer payments. And then in chapter 12, we're going to learn about something that's very closely tied to fiscal policy, which is federal budgets and public policy. So in chapter 12, you're going to learn about the federal budget process, which is a big topic on the news right now because they're going through that process right now. The federal government is. So federal budget process, budget deficits, and then finally, towards the end of Chapter 12, we're going to look at the national debt, which is also another big topic that you'll hear about on the news a lot in the last few months or last several years, actually. That's basically what we're going to be looking at in Chapters 11 and 12. A lot of this stuff that you hear about on the news, especially with the new administration in office right now, those are basic topics that you'll hopefully, as you go through chapters 11 and 12, you'll learn about more of those kinds of topics that you're hearing about, and it'll become a little bit clearer to you what those terms mean. Okay? And so as you're working through chapters 11 and 12, just let me know if you have questions. Remember all the resources you have. Of course, you have your textbook, you have the PowerPoint slides on the assignment page. And if you haven't been using those PowerPoint slides, I would highly recommend doing so, because those PowerPoint slides are basically kind of like an outline of the chapters. And so after you've read the chapters, those PowerPoint slides will be really handy, will be really good to look at, to just kind of review over the main concepts from the chapters. All right? And then, of course, you also have the videos that I posted on the assignment page. So just make sure you're using all those resources. Let me know if you have questions about that. And that's really all I have for you for today. So be working on those chapters 11 and 12 activities. Don't let it sneak up on you on Saturday. Go ahead and be, getting it done now so that you're not waiting till the last day. And most of you have been pretty good about getting the work at least started, well enough before the due date. But just kind of keep that in mind. And that's really, like I said, all I have for you for today. So enjoy the rest of this week and enjoy your spring break next week. And I will talk to you again sometime after spring break. Thank you.